Welcome to Setas Mushrooms, y'all. Hello, world. Hope you're having as beautiful day as I am. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to our fruiting chambers at Incubation at Setas Mushroom. We've got 6 fruiting chambers in our fruiting room. We've got a shiitake chamber, a lion's mane chamber. We've got a, right now that's being clean chamber. And let's see, what do we have here? Oh, we've got some mushrooms in here. We've got king trumpet. And we've got some, looks like some black pearl. Oh yeah, we definitely have some king trumpet back there. So Kat happens to know a little bit how to grow some mushrooms. I mean, that mushroom right there, oh, I'd love to turn that into a piece of bacon. Now we got some blue oysters back there. So as you can see, this is mainly an oyster room. Is for this particular fruiting chamber. And I think we've got, is this chestnut? Let's see. These are kind of hard to open one-handed, but will we make that happen? Maybe, maybe not. Well, can you do it? Nope, ain't gonna happen today. At least you would think I would prove myself wrong all the time. So it looks like we've got some more oysters here pinning out. Oh, this is going to be a nice crop of oyster mushrooms. As well as you can see, we've got some nice oysters growing here. Oh yeah, these are going to be great for an event that we have coming up. We've got some chestnuts there popping out of the bag. Not all of them looking the best, but they are getting there. As we have a big event called the Lavender Fest starting next week, where we sell a great deal of our mushroom jerky. We sell more mushroom jerky than we sell fresh mushrooms. So these fresh mushrooms, although great, beautiful, healthy, beneficial, that is not our #1 seller on this farm. Our #1 seller on this farm is Caribbean jerky. Our #2 seller on this farm is teriyaki jerky. And our #3 seller on this farm is black pepper jerky. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the very near future, our #4 and #5 sellers on this farm. One, we have an Indian salt. I can't think of the name of the actual salt. It's coming out of Canada, a specialty salt blend made by a Native Indian company up in Canada. Very proud to have their salt in one of our upcoming jerkies, as well as we're going to have our 5th jerky, which is going to be Old Bay or Chesapeake Bay seasoned jerky, and excited about that jerky. So come on in. This is another fruiting chamber that we have, and this is really our 2nd fruiting chamber. We bring our 2nd and 3rd blocks in here to harvest, or to fruit. We bring those into the fruiting chamber. Now, one of the reasons why I bring you in this fruiting chamber is so you can see a little bit about the fruiting chambers and what they look like. So we have fresh air coming in. Now, that fresh air is based upon what that humidity sensor tells it. Now, this particular room will go out and we'll show you what that looks like here in a minute of what our water misting or water system looks like. But mushrooms, if you don't know this, mushrooms breathe in oxygen, hence the reason for the fresh oxygen supply. But they're a lot like humans, and they breathe off carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is much heavier than oxygen, so there is our carbon dioxide collector. That is the official term for this air dryer venting. That's our carbon dioxide collector. And really, you should have 1 and 2. In fact, hopefully 3-cap mushrooms, you have your carbon dioxide collector in place now, and that you're seeing much bigger caps than you are stems. And that's one of the reasons why you want to have a lot of oxygen coming in. We turn the oxygen over 5 times a minute in this room, 4 times a minute in the larger room. And we do that because we want big, fresh caps that you can see right there. And we get big caps because they get oxygen. If you give them a lot of carbon dioxide, you're going to have a lot of stems, really tall mushrooms showing you a lot of stems more than cap. So it's very important that you have fresh air and extract out your carbon dioxide. Now, notice these lights. We have some lights. Mushrooms don't need a ton of light, but they do prefer to have some light. Now, for those of you that don't have an environment like this to where you can control where your mushrooms grow in, I tell people that your mushrooms prefer no light over full light. They don't like being in direct sunlight. They don't even really like being out in the exposed elements. They like being protected a little bit of wind, but they like wind. They are much like Goldilocks. They want just the right temperature, just the right humidity, just the right food, just the right bed. Mushrooms is, in fact, Goldilocks. And you need to understand what you feed your Goldilocks in order to build out your farm. Now, one of the things that we've done to build out our Goldilocks is we give it the right humidity level. So in this container, we have, and every room has its own container, that we have a humidifying system in there. In fact, here is one of the disc humidifiers that we use. This is a small 5-disc humidifier. You'll notice how white that was. That is from unfiltered water, and so it's getting calcium from the water. So unfiltered water will kill any of these mister humidifiers. So you want to make sure that you have clean water, or you'll be buying misters from House of Hydro and others all day long. So a couple other things about this box. I also have, don't show it if you see it, but I also have a 120 millimeter fan, and that is the only that's the only way into this box other than through this water. So water comes in. That water comes straight from our well. It's 56 degrees. Now it does get heated up in the sterilization process through the UV light, but it's only a nominal amount of time, and then it gets cooled back down. So this water is pretty much all year round stays at 60 degrees and below, which is nice because that helps get me cool, humid air into each fruiting chamber, which is nice because I really don't want to get direct heat onto those mushrooms in the winter, and I really even don't want direct AC onto those mushrooms in the summer. So the more I can keep it a nice, consistent temperature. Now, when I say consistent, we don't keep these rooms at 100% humidity or 90% humidity or 80% humidity all the time. It varies. Every single fruiting chamber varies based upon the type of mushroom that's in there. Now, the variable that we go by is a 10% humidity change. So one fruiting chamber might have a high of 80% humidity and a low of 70% humidity. This room right here has a high of 76% humidity, then a low of 76% humidity. And that would apply to the other room next to it as well. But you'll see I've got 2 misting boxes there for those fruiting chambers, as well as we have another misting box for that room, as well as for that room. Now that's a different box. That's one of our boxes that we had in our first farm in Falling Waters, West Virginia, as well as there's another box, and that was a dog food dish. In fact, I like it. I liked it a lot. The problem is it's one of the more expensive items that you can get on Amazon, whereas these lockable black boxes are about half the price. And those are waterproof boxes. You'll notice the floors around here. All the floors in this farm currently are wood floors. So we do a lot to protect our floors from water and water damage. So that's kind of the 10-minute marks. I don't really like going above 10 minutes beyond for fruiting for any video. But if you want to learn more, hit me up down in the comments below. I'll gladly show you more of our operation. But by now in this video series, you should have a great deal of understanding of Setas mushrooms and our operational environment, what it looks like. And currently where we're at, we can go to a ton of mushrooms a week without changing anything in our operations. So that's all I have for you all today, and I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll talk again soon. Take care, world.